devastating consequences, instilling fear among residents and crippling agricultural activities. Our primary source of livelihood. The situation has worsened to the point where Ochetoha, the administrative and cultural center of Idoma land, is no longer spared. Despite numerous appeals to government authorities at all levels, there has been little or no intervention. As a result, the people feel vulnerable and are compelled to consider self-defense. Self-defense measures, an option that demands unity, commitment, and collective action to safeguard our land and our people. What is next? Lack of unity amongst the people is also another very steep constraint. Another significant obstacle to progress is the pervasive lack of unity within the Idoma community. Disagreements and division often hinder consensus on issues that could benefit the entire region. This disunity weakens collective effort. Cooperation and collaboration among community members. As a result, opportunities for development are lost, and efforts to address shared challenges such as insecurity, economic development, and social welfare are seriously hampered. Without a cohesive front, devising and implementing policies that support growth and well-being of all residents becomes an uphill task. To achieve meaningful progress, fostering unity and solidarity among the people is imperative. Another constraint is poor attendance at meetings. The issue of no meeting attendance persisted from the previous administration and continued in our own tenure. We initially attributed this trend to several challenging factors that characterize our period in office, including health crisis, rising criminal activities, and economic instability. The COVID-19 pandemic, which began in 2019 and extended through 2021, along with widespread issues, cultism and other criminality, initially caused members to be cautious and hesitant to attend gatherings. To address this situation, we adopted alternative measures, such as virtual meetings via Zoom and WhatsApp. Despite these efforts, attendance continued to decline in subsequent years, suggesting an underlying sense of disenchantment among members that was not easily addressed. Then, lackadaisical attitude of members. The overall attitude of members towards the affairs of Ochetoha Idoma Forum is quite concerning. Many members display complacency and the lack of enthusiasm for the forum's activities, This apathy is also evident among some branch chairmen who often demonstrate nonchalance by frequently avoiding meetings. Unfortunately, only a select group of branch chairmen consistently attend these gatherings. The most troubling aspect is members engaging in blame shifting over trivial issues instead of contributing constructively. There is an urgent need for members to rededicate themselves to actively participate and promote the progress of the forum. How about poor financing? Insufficient funds remain one of the most significant constraints hindering the forum's operations. Our primary sources of revenue are the statutory capitation and development levies collected from branches. However, these funds are consistently inadequate for various reasons. First, branches are often reluctant to disburse their contributions, forcing us to wait indefinitely. Second, the funds collected are minimal, so much so that they barely cover essential expenses. Despite the fact that both capitation and development levies have been reviewed per member per month, branches remain committed to the original amount per member, which was set at inception. This persistent reluctance jeopardizes our capacity to execute vital programs and initiatives. Another one is non-performing committees. The National Executive Council, the EXCO, comprises 9 members responsible for coordinating the activities across all branches. As the sole central governing body, they delegate tasks to various committees within branches to carry out specific duties. While some committees have demonstrated diligence, others have fallen short, failing to meet expectations or complete their assigned tasks. For example, 4 committees were established in different branches to address developmental issues arising from the 7th Chief Ogrioko Memorial Lecture. Only 2 of these committees responded within 1 year, while the others remain unresponsive. Similarly, a committee tasked with overseeing the Youth Wing election took over 2.5 months to submit a report, yet failing to address the original terms of reference. Another committee assigned to resolve the Tiv-Idoma land border dispute was declined by a branch due to the chairman's health and has since been reassigned, yet remains inactive after 6 months. I will talk more about this in the next The non-performance of these committees undermines the efforts of the national body and hampers our collective progress. Yet another constraint: revolt of the Ochetoha Kidoma Youth Wing. The Youth Wing was established to embody and promote the philosophy and aspirations of the forum. However, since its inception in 2016, the youth wing has failed to internalize these core values. Instead, it has often aligned itself with political interests, sometimes working at cross purposes with the forum's objectives. This was notably evident in their recent attempt to conduct a pseudo-election to install political allies, despite clear directives from the National ESCO to hold an orderly and transparent election. A faction within the youth wing defied these instructions, proceeding with their own election and clandestinely inaugurating a new youth ESCO led by Mr. Mike Magaji. This act of insubordination was swiftly condemned, and the purported youth ESCO was declared illegitimate in a press statement by the forum. A disclaimer has since also been issued to clarify that the current youth ESCO is not recognized by the forum or the public. Moving forward, the forum, as the supervising authority, will oversee and mandate a fresh election for the youth in due course. One more constraint: inadequate communication process. The lack of a dedicated media and communication committee hampers effective dissemination of information to members. While attempts have been made to rely on the Secretary General and PRO with all the effort they made to handle communication, these efforts have been insufficient. Occasionally, information is shared with branch chairmen via shared platform with the expectation that they will pass it on to the respective branches. Unfortunately, many chairmen do not feel compelled to do so, resulting in limited awareness of the forum's activities among members. Therefore, establishing and strengthening an information and media unit is crucial to ensure timely and comprehensive communication within the forum. This is a wake-up call to the incoming administration. Now, what about our projections? As previously emphasized, the Ochetoha Kidoma is a continuum. It is an enduring legacy that will outlive us all. Each group within it will contribute their, and the efforts of one generation will seamlessly carry over to the next. This underscores the importance of projecting our initiatives into future administrations, particularly those that remain unfinished. Our current focus should be on key areas identified from our administration's effort, especially those stemming from the non-performing committees. Another pressing issue is the pending election of the Ochetoha Youth Wing. Although we had ample time to address this from the outset, the committee tasked with organizing the election took 2.5 months, double the allocated time, and ultimately did not fulfill their terms of reference. The remaining time frame is now too short for us to conduct a credible election. Therefore, it must be top priority of the incoming administration to organize and oversee the Youth Wing election promptly and effectively. Lastly, as reiterated earlier in this report, the role of the information and media cannot be overstated. This unit is vital in showcasing the efforts and achievements of the forum. Remember, no one will do it better than ourselves. So it is crucial that we prioritize and invest in this aspect. In conclusion, serving on the executive councils of the forum has been both demanding and exhilarating, offering us a valuable opportunity to confront the realities facing Idoma nation. Over our 4-year tenure, we achieved some progress, although modest. While there was potential for more, numerous formidable constraints limited our efforts. We anticipated challenges, but not all proved as daunting as they ultimately became. The most significant obstacle was inadequate funding. We recognize that without sufficient financial resources, much could not be accomplished, especially given the reluctance of some branches to remit the statutory funds owed the central body timely enough. Several other encumbrances were also discussed and require urgent attention. Now, looking ahead, we identified critical issues that must be addressed by the next administration. Notably, the need for a fresh election for the Youth Wing is imperative and cannot be delayed. We thank God Almighty and the entire forum for the opportunity to serve. Long live Ochetoha Kidoma. God bless us all. Thank you.
Ochetoha Kidoma. Ochege move for adoption, you reporter. Ochege second. Ebe cannot respond.
Iye leke Professor Amale Adeku, chairman ko Ochetoha Kidoma Jos. Ndoko move kalo adopt or speech call outgoing president. Chair kalo bobo bi yuklo. I so moved.
Last second. Rika Gada Alex. Ochetoha Kidoma Abuja. Exchange support and second motion of Prof Mover. Kaloko report President I have me. Kaloko be Ukro. I so second.
Okay. And I'll correspond when Kadok Lodan Mauge Kato. Ajoboyo Gichoka Kunkelo recognize. 5 should be enough at okay. Okay. 5 1 2 3 this side 4 okay 5 I am number 1 you're number 1 I counted
President and members of the core high table. Memlo Ainem Achenyam Lachenlo no move branches dodwa. President Ndoko Tua Inya report kwa Nigeria. Going through this report that Alofutie Uklo Betodana Loika Pioa Ochego Befu Memla Banchang Alo branches Alofe war in terms of Ijiobi Wechia. Going forward, I hope incoming Eskonoiwa Begano Oche Kale at the last Odenya manifesto na day na Lolenia Kalo support Achenalo Gakpa Bochua Cheku Clocky Doma Kele Yalo Hilalo. Now having said that, Uklo na Jelu branches Eho Uwako Yaga na Jote Shelea Abu branches a powerful no Ukloma Achiko Luabi Weche Kalo Luaji Ache no Ukloma so that Alokema Ejeja Alono Gadanya because Ejeja Lochishamanya Ena Locheko Okwa no past president Kolalo Ga repel alo Jete Cheoma Okwa more than Kalo apply Kokwaoma Ojagobu Kajido Makolalo Gay Yalo Loy Anukloma Aloke agreed for EJU central body ma Elejelu branches Cheku branches Koloya Kubi Winunya. I know 3 branches Neju Klolo Aneyama Alochiko Luaje so that Alokelo Amepobi Uwakoka incoming Esquake follow Kunu so that Inuka Loge Yalo Hifie Anya
sir. Number 2.
Mr. President, Yekunleku Peter Nyebe, Chairman, Ochetoha Club, Lagos. Kalala eko respond legal ekwela lack of unity. Lack of unity ya Mbela nwa lokalo ochia because alo bio okunu ekpo kela ajola long uchelo oyidumana ema iche no epidoma ne ma ichia. There is a lead placed on his growth and potential in Benue because alo check I know again alo dokan iche no onya Odana lo pia to haka hini odana egana lo doko nyuayon. Uga yuklo la lo no. From the comments, if I may quote, you says this disunity weakens collective efforts, hampers effective communication and undermine cooperation. Each and every one of that do man will happen now. I don't look no. Alo mo igbe na kan ela ngwabogo who start na take leko ela kochidoma emichi appoint kochidoma emichi wage appoint ku local government chairman na ijenege bi mu federal local government a emichi ka ge mi en megua ge duwa ko dege na ga yam lanwa so alolo ko duman alolo ke lu unity ke ka ni odi na ya lonya alo ten local government chairman cannot construct culverts. Local government chairman cannot construct culverts. Eyo da duman local government chairman kolu ababa emichi ge biwe chia ijene ijelowa emichi ka ge mi en ma bonu kegenya na oga yam lanwa so all of that duman so in the state you are nothing ajidoma because nga lo ima no imoichi oga go ben you cannot read medicine, you cannot read law. All these tertiary schools now in Benue State are named after thief individuals, none named after Idoma man. Are we so? I don't know. I rest my case.
Iye neke do akoga mo Ochetoha Kidoma Abuja. President ainya ko go report ko. Oda na logeje na lokeya kinu ya ko jogoba na lo chiko ya. Ene ko ku clock inu ya. A cheno be de afofunu ya no. It takes two to tango. But ikodo na logaba aloge my popocha. Oya genya enu akaboyo na chikoya ala kechoyan so odanko alodokinu ya kokop acheno lead alwa kako try to lead well acheno kechiko support wa should also support well ego mana loga ya ni odega getalo aboy ni ya nwalwa uto teno chage kela kunwalwa genya bo solution aloge ya okodolu no ga ego ikona chiko yukro ala kuku I don't know one excuse or blame. But these things you got tell about no. Actually no ga wa ha get odan get do kan ye gua ya ko walu kura kwa ya e ka cho hako ke yukura kwa odan ka yukura ko no cho ha yukura ko kunu ga batalia. It takes two to tango. Actually na lo pokwa che fofuwa tiko yukura kinu ya no. Alors no chiko mbemba suli alo chiko yuklo kalo odo le na poteche bihaja aw le kwa ngwal ka tebu no we aw le kwa ke ngwal kalo no aplagia odo ma ya nuklo ay alo himma odan ka ke yuklo na yuklo lo chedodu ay to chedodu hobo oda no chiko ya no cheho ake ke lo ya du no bodo dego ma yong oda do diga ya gan igbe ni nu nyale inu na loge yu clock nu ge pie mi gbihin odan ka yu clock inu nya boda na igbulego oge totel okay bio ulo hi wipe inu nya pio yo idoka ko odina no ya odana no ya do ge ya betin man odan ka pie do spirit o man oga yaga is team spirit that will move us forward and we should have that group interest. Kitoma na no you clolo chedodu enyala
aya number 4
Opo Kidoma Ochetoha Kidoma anyala
Odaflen Negaka is appreciation to the president. Chimamanda Adichie Kele Oko, there is a danger in a single story. A single story can give us a perspective, Leeko Oche. Without hearing the other part, you may end up making very wrong conclusions. Again, President Keka report Kunwa, it is very obvious that our branches have been very, very complacent in terms of giving the needed support. And a house divided against itself cannot in any way stand. Many years back, Alogo conference in Lagos, and Tunde Bakari Kelei Oku, it is the face of leadership that mirrors the entire society. And for me, Mbelako, the national ESCO, are a representation and offshoot of the various branches. And if the branches that empowers them are not solidly behind them, you support Loa, at the end of the day, failure na loga experiencer. It is necessary that leadership na logaji charge that allow to support Loa. Let us not leave them in the same manner and vein. Nalo more leadership because if we cannot bite, it means that the aim and objective of voting leadership will be defeated. Odohan ke tino comment le reporter in your Ibelaku president would at least mention, even in passing, the state and status of the secretariat structure. If that is an omission, I may want to seek clarification. Let us even know the state it is before Ekaloge Gabo more secretariat, because each year, I think for over an hour, Odanalo debate le equal contribution to conclude that phase that has started over 20 years ago. In fact, Patron Ko Fukidoma made a very important remark, drawing attention to Odano, His Royal Majesty Ochidomaka, Leiku Secretary Toma. So I would have thought that that would also have formed a part and parcel of this report, so that those who may not have foresight, go Gabo in Yomo, at least will be able to hear where we are as a date. Amo Mekunu, I know a low youth winger. Every socio-cultural association is as strong as its youth wing. And I think that it is a very important phase, President Kelale Iko. It is necessary that the incoming executive should take that very seriously, so that Ochetoha Kidoma would not be politicized, because we have brothers and sisters that belong to different political divides. And if we must succeed, we must ensure that aloku politics iteche no the operation called Ochetoha Kidoma. Ochetoha Kidoma.
Ochetoha Kidoma. My President General going. Igaboko Lolunwe and Uklom Lao. Obu Aidoma, a leader for the past 4 years. Mlaeskolo Ndoko Tolanya. Ola Ndoko Tolanya Lenchia Unu reason Salewa. Bekindoko Pote Bekepa. Apply Ochetoha Kidoma in this after post-COVID. Ochetoha Kidoma post-COVID. Our organization to leading
So, but I make effort Alewa. Ugalewa, you had to travel from Abuja to Oleamu several times. Ugalewa and Alu meeting here and I'll get back for close to 40 minutes. Obela no mu esco so here. Achalewa lo baloha. Ugalewa no mu alo online meeting. Ikule gbo tegbe. Life plan gbo mu yole. And all call jet meeting Alewa. I wonder level frustration and suffer. My prayer is that Prof Lowa as your successor and Oidoma and of course you support law. This is very critical because Ashe lay leader and Ashe lo Atemi be how much alone the most qualified or vibrant leader will become weak and vulnerable. Untolanya Ubalewa Amiabo Maikoi Ngeyoli Shonu. I want to say that it was never intentional because Ekoila meeting who told me bridge in Gewole, I had to join online sometimes. But this is also an appeal to every member. And on the Obaloha, whether I have leadership position and check, Beka Hon, Kocho, interest, Idoma, Olola Lewalageya. More, there's a law of intentionality. Achegbo embrace your life more intentional than before. You cannot be more successful than the success you have created for other people. If you have not created success or a platform for other sons and daughters of Idoma, I tell you this is the time to consider it. Inyango kegoma ubalewa achoikani okay I have your chain. Okay I have your chain. I don't call no chochela support. How will that person grow? Okay. Eyolohin, onye yolohima, onye domamuma. I don't care if you're Morgan Yolohigan, and me go Atoni Yolohigan, God in Onaji Yolohigan. It means that a child will make here, or Choleta Negmeka Tupa. So, Anokokocho attitude that no go Kelatago post COVID or Ochetoha Kidoma. Our attitude that has gone down. Maybe it's as a result of Olalu COVID through Atosa. Across almost every level of society, but they could revive Akoga and Prof Kocho or Anolokewa Yo, that is our incoming president, using this opportunity or Chokojo Futoli. To be honest, to Uklolwa is not going to be easy, but I pray that God will help you. Thank you so much.
Ochetoha Kidoma, please, one house. Ngbelaku treasurer, maybe Aboyu next this in game Odealo Ekoso Odokori election Agboveko can happen. but we can understand the passion with which he's speaking, and if we want to be sincere to ourselves and be real, again on the election now there is almost an outcome. Maybe on my no boil over there because actually why contest, and so it's virtually a few people no contest that. More post do not chepaya no. If it happened between yesterday and today, I don't know. Maybe that's why it's voicing out things like that. But it's not supposed to be to project or that going happen now. We cannot see the next 1 minute. Let the minute hold for itself. Anyala. Quickly to round up on this, I heard the various speakers on this. Lana Naka, Obakuno, I'm very impressed. Bongo, first speaker, Professor Amadi Adeku, Ainyako, indeed. There are one person who also look at things and talk positively. You know that I'm always proud of you when you make your comments. But Elu non-performing committees, it is important first that I also say that one of the committees that did not perform or that I counted as non-performing submitted their report yesterday, and indeed I was very impressed with the report they submitted. I had written this script before yesterday. I think I wrote my script some few days back. I ended it before yesterday in my house. So ngalo there kateche ekake the report kaya than yan okay come on the script that I already, but yesterday they submitted it. In any case, it is also for me, it's a guide for me. But if you please, you committee because I get to know them. Wajiwa, I can know perform Wajiwa. Incidentally, you were also your branch was part of the committee tasked, and your branch performed. So you know you are cleared. So at your no performer, just like you know that you are cleared because you submitted, AG Wadu, Nkeka, all that branches now go to sleep. You will get results. Before your branch, one branch equally did Nkedwo. So let's look at it. But then they are non-performing. All will go to the next administration. It is important. It's expedient. It's imperative that we restore, because Odanyama should not be left to die. If anything, for the fact that we can act in memory of our late president, who painstakingly took his time to present that paper for the good of the Idoma land, I would request the new administration to consider it, and I'm going to brief them because I have briefing to give to them, so they will do it. The nexus between us and the political class. Honestly, I appreciate Elanaka for relationship and the political class. We don't have any problem with the political class. As far as I'm concerned, we want to carry them along, but they have problem with us. That's what it is. I remember way back 2023, yes, we organized a town hall meeting to support our political masters. Painstakingly, not one politician came in, not one. We held it at the Apagate, so we want them because they are part of us. It come just before the election. We thought we should suggest to them how to streamline and make impact, but they didn't come. So, but then that we are interested in them does not mean that we will be partisan. In Parliament, we have politicians, so we have nothing wrong. We don't have any grouse with politicians. We have, but they don't come in our midst here to play politics. They don't carry us along as politicians. They go to the political field and play politics. But once they are here, they play. They are non-partisan, and that's what. So we don't have problem with them. But like you said, if they have problem with us, it's their own. I think that's where we are. Any other one? So I think that's where we are. So Adodanya Kakwe. Next, please. Okay, Secretariat, very good. I was wanting to do it because I didn't put it down. My learned younger brother, thank you for thank you, Secretary Joma. Gave brief it was inadvertently omitted here. You are right. I also have put it down here, but I say inadvertently omitted. I am going to brief. I still have briefing to give to the next administration, so I will cover it in it. That is what the Secretary. Odi or her. I think that's all from you or any other one. So we will do it. And I particularly want to Chidomana comment Chidomanaka. And one thing I'll tell you about the security is that we have gained more ground on it because of because they were with the previous administration. We have got them now. President Emeritus Carlo he had made the papers available to us, so we have the papers now, so we can do anything with it. So we have done that one. But then comment Kochidoma was not even on that secretariat because he doesn't even know that place. He doesn't know about it. It was about our secretariat here. Now, but the truth about it is that our secretariat is not our problem. Much as we are renting from them, we also expect that the landlords ought to give the place a facelift too. And Aloyagla Alogeya, Chidoma had himself told me once, like it looks like a shanty, the secretariat now of your operating. And secretariat, every August, we pay a rent on it. And this rent, each time nature renter, come Michael here, so you have paid, I don't know if you remember, you had once helped us to pay the rent of that place. I have helped to pay. Godi Onaji had helped to pay because a connected German, like I said, a code DJ Carlo, no, that's when we get money. But then we have been living up to it, so we are not owing on it. The rent is due in August. We don't have anything, and I think we are not owing anything, nothing.
Gayo eobia eta hwadia so awe ka lo ladma haluge ka twene la no kai ho chia ajabo. Okay. Okay, so abdu ladma haluge katola la no ka ko chuli tata je. Ene la no ge ya lo be kanonyo AOB yako financial secretary report nje. Kanonyo AOB ala nya.
Ochetoha Kidoma. financial report present here. For the lost forward new platform, Carlos. The hard copy has already been lost a new platform there. Both the social group, the herdsmen and ESCO, the three platforms now they use I'll forward here. The hard copy, you have the hard copy. It may not go round, but the e-copy has been forwarded.
One house, please. One house. One house. One house.
Financial report now, New York. Our financial year of the Ochetoha Kingdom Forum. Commences from 1st April. This we have from effect from 1st April 2024 to 31st March 2025. Source of income now majorly is for development levy and capitation. So we have in the as supported document we have income schedule. From April 2024, Oladun Ijedu account Kalo. May 2024, we have 221,000. June, Oladu account Kalo. July, we had 30,500. August, we have 25,000. September, we have 193,000. October we had 283,000. November 50,000. December we had 1,285,000. January 2025 we had nothing. February 707,000. Then March 71,000. The total income for the period is 2,865,500. Then we have the expenses schedule. Expenses schedule for the month. We have bank interest and other charges. For the month of April, the expenses now go 2,102,000. The total expenses for the year is 4,423,365 naira. Now the statement of income and expenditure, that is the financial performance on page 1. We have the comparison of the previous year and the current year. The current year is of the 2024 to 2025 financial year. You've seen the source of income. We have brought forward, which is 3,319,197 naira. Total money realized from capitation is 1,394,000. Development levy, we have 697,500. Sales of farm, alole, burial Ijena law realized from Olipu For Okopi Momo, which was in 2023-2024, the general realized for his burial was 872,000. That is a typographical error, please. It's 872,000. Then for Amali, late barrister Amali, we have 497,000. Econ Oina Loy, ABO Leke, support to Professor Okwe, Ijenalo realized this year, it was under 2023 that money came in. In 2024, nothing of such. The victim support, Alolo Ladu victim support this year, remittance, and we had 127,000 as remittance. Our total gross income for the financial year is 6,184,697 naira. The total expenses, if we have what we call executive report is the total income, you subtract the total expenses, the balance gives you. That is the summary of our report. The summary of the report is we have 6,184,697 naira as our total income. Then the total expenses is 4,923 naira 365 naira. So what we have as our balance is 1,261 naira 332 kobo. This is the financial report for the year. Thank you.
We report our blower, Anoge move for acceptance, then Ochege second. Want to move for acceptance? No, after you accept the report first. Please moving for acceptance. Motion for acceptance of the report, financial report.
I'm George Agbo, Secretary,